Hi guys, I'm waiting for some more people to come on. I'm going to grab some of my supplies here while we're waiting. Don't be shy, say hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Okay, so in the spirit of summer, I will be going on vacation next weekend, taking the kids to the shore. You guys saw the last card I made, which had that cute little hula girl on there. So today's card is going to be Summer Lovin', and this is from Creative Vision Stamps. I also want to show you there's another one if you wanted a funnier, practical hula girl. Here's one, and it says still sexy and you know it, wiggle, 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 but you could put the action wobbler on her and make an adult version of the hula girl. So I thought that would be cute too. So I wanted to show you guys that. And that's also from Creative Vision Stamps, and that's called Wiggle. Hi, LA. That's Louise, right? Did I get that right? Okay. And then this is the stamp set we're going to be using today. This is also from Creative Vision Stamps, and this one's called Summer Lovin'. And the image here, you can see she's kind of relaxed, having a cocktail, and there are two sentiments that come with this one: Summer Lovin' and keep the cocktails coming. Hi, Kelly. Kelly's also on the design team with me at Creative Vision Stamps. All right, so we're going to start out with just a regular piece of white cardstock. Actually, this is Whisper White. It's 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to stamp her out with Memento ink because we will be using our Laura. All right, Laura. Laura is one of my favorite names too. I always wanted to name my daughter Laura, but she ended up with Leah. All right, I'll try to make it quick, Laura. And I'm going to stamp her right in the middle of the page. And again, I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because we're going to color her in with Copics and Spectrum Noir markers. I use them both. And I'll make it really quick with the coloring because you guys know I'm not really big into coloring too much. So I'm going to start off with a lighter. This is called Barely Beige E11. So I really had a hard time when I first started using Copics because I felt like they bled everywhere, and my stamped images just didn't come out so well. And then I realized it was the ink that I was using to stamp with, number one. So I always use Memento Tuxedo Black ink when I'm stamping now with Copics. And the other thing was the paper. So you want to find a good quality paper that doesn't bleed or allow that ink to move around too much. So Stampin' Up's Whisper White is very good. Also Nina Solar White. That's the other one I reach for when I'm going to be doing any kind of coloring. Hi, Kathleen. So I'm in Pennsylvania. We had these awful thunderstorms this morning. Like the house was shaking, booming. It was not a good morning. And my cousin, he's visiting family in Florida, and his flight got delayed because the airplane that was making a stop here couldn't leave the airport here because of how bad the thunderstorms were. But now it's nice and sunny out. And then I'm going to go in with this E33, which is a little bit of a darker color. And we're going to kind of give her a little bit of a tan here in the shadow areas. Tops of her arms. Tops of her legs. And I am not like the greatest color. I just kind of go in where I feel there should be a little more color. Then we're going to go back in with the first marker and blend all that out. 120 degrees. Ugh. I think I would actually enjoy that. I would much rather have hot weather than cold weather. In fact, I just got a snowblower, a used snowblower, because I'm worried about how this winter is going to be, and I don't want to be stuck shoveling the snow by myself. So I bought a used snowblower. I always say if I'm going to retire, I'm going to move to like Arizona or something. Win the lottery. All right, that's pretty good for her, I think. She doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to actually, I don't think I can zoom in, you guys. I think I have to leave it the way it is. Like last time I tried to zoom in and all it did was zoom in my view. It didn't zoom in you guys' view. So whatever. All right, so let's color the rest of her real quick. Let's color her bikini a nice bright pink color. Ooh, that's super bright. This is RV06. That might be too bright. Whoa, she's definitely getting noticed in that outfit. Okay, and then I'm going to take darker brown for her chair. If you're interested in this stamp set, it's over at creativevisionstamps.com. Don't forget you can use code Nancy10, Nancy10, and you get 10% off of your order before shipping and tax. And unfortunately, that does not include custom stamps. So I'm just taking this dark brown, and just like all of the framing of the chair, I'm going to say is dark brown. For these smaller images, you don't really need to go in and do a whole lot with them. All right, so I'm going to make her chair this bright orange color. This is called YR07. Nice bright summer color. Goes well with her bikini. Leah says wakini instead of bikini. She wants to know why at 5 years old I won't let her have a wakini. Okay, sunglasses we're going to do in a nice gray color. This is C5. I just caught Leah in the kitchen. I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I'm making chocolate milk." Now, she has never, other than getting snacks out of the kitchen, has never done anything with getting involved in the kitchen. And I said, "Oh, who taught you how to make chocolate milk?" And she immediately ratted out the babysitter's daughter. I thought she was going to say my son, Xavier. And she was like, "Oh, Maddie did." And then for the inside of the sunglasses, I'm using C1, which is a lighter gray. Plus, I'm pushing back some of that darker color that I messed up. Okay, so let's see. Let's do her hair. What color hair should we do? I'm not really good at doing blonde, but we can try to do blonde, which is more like yellow, right? This is Y35. I'm going to go in with this as a base coat. I see a lot of people are doing Christmas cards, Christmas in July. Now I'm going back in with that same E33 that I used on her tanner skin and just using that to darken her hair up. Okay, and we're going to give her a nice red lip, which is R46. And then I think for her drink, we'll do a bright, let's do a blue straw. Because we want it to be fun. And then for the glass itself, I mean, you guys can make this whatever you want. Hi, Arlene. And I'm going to make her umbrella the same orange color as her chair. So YR07 on the umbrella. And then for the little crab, we have R29. It's like Sebastian the crab from Little Mermaid. E35 for the little starfish. And I think I'm going to use the yellow in her drink. BG000, just going to do the top and the bottom of the glass to give it that glass appearance. All right, so then I think we're done with the coloring for the most part here. Remove all those out of the way. We're going to do the sky and we're going to do the sand. So the sky is pretty easy. There's two things you can do. I recently picked up the My Favorite Things cloud stencil, and it has 4 different designs on the stencil here. But before I had this, if you don't have this, I made my own cloud stencil. So all this is 3 scallop dies that I glued together. And it's made out of pretty heavyweight cardstock. And you can see I've used this several times. So all you do is you either take the stencil or your homemade stencil. And we're going to take some blue ink here. Let me grab what is closest to me here. There we go. I have my alternate mini inks right here. We're going to grab Caribbean Sky, and I just have the mini ink distress tool. And I normally start at the top and then just kind of pull that ink up. All right, and then as you move down, you want to adjust your stencil, and I make sure to cover her head there so I don't have to mask her off. And same thing, just kind of pull that ink up. A little bit goes a long way. Move the stencil over and pull the ink up. And as you go down, I kind of let the ink fade out. I don't really go in and re-ink too much because we want it to get kind of lighter as we go down. Okay, so that's all I do for the sky. Pretty easy to do some fun clouds in the background there. And then for the ground, it's pretty much the same thing, but with brown inks for the sand, I'm going to take this Altenew Sand Dunes ink, which is a really light brown, and I'm going to take the Mini Distress blending tool. And for this one, I'm kind of swiping back and forth. And I should have just stayed at the top there, but that's okay. And it's okay to get some over here because our little guy is in the sand. Starfish is in the sand. Just be careful when you get around her feet. Now, if you wanted to, you could even turn this into water by swiping some more blue down there. I'm just going to continue with the sand for this one. Okay, and then I take a darker color. So I have the mocha, and I'm just using a little stippling brush, or I think they call these, I forget what they call them, but I think there's a 3-pack out there by Tonic, and I just dip that into the darker brown, which is mocha. Oops. And we're just going to stipple that down and make it look like sand. Nice texture effect there. All right, so then I have my card base made up. It's just regular heavyweight cardstock, A2 size. Let me show you guys this. You see the texture there on the sand? Oops, there you go. All right. And then I have this fun paper. This is from Michaels. It's called Poolriffic. And there was, I think I might have used them. There was a couple sheets where it was like bikini background paper. I think I may have used it. So I'm just going to use this one that says Hello Sunshine. Doesn't matter. It's a fun bright print. And I'm going to cut this one down a little bit to 5 1/4 by 4. Actually, I think on the original card I had used a rectangle. Let me get that out. Stitch die. Here we go. So let's do that. Change it up a little bit here. I'm going to cut her with one of them. Here's a question. Has anybody got the new purple tape yet? I haven't gotten it yet because I use this Post-it tape for everything. But I'm wondering if any of you guys got that purple tape and how it works. All right, so I'm running this off to the side on my Gemini Junior. All right, so get her cut out, and then we're going to do the same thing with a little bit bigger die. Let's see if this will fit on my card front. Oh, yeah. Okay, run that through. All right, so now because this paper is light and our image is white, I'm just going to ink around the edges here just to give it something to stand out a little bit. I'm just going to take a little bit of that blue since I already have it out. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit, just kind of ground that background. So then it's basically just assembling it. And I'm going to angle this one instead of putting it straight down. And that's okay. We'll cut off those edges. And angle this one. Makes it a little more fun. And then I'm going to angle this one in the opposite direction. And somewhere I have some glue dots. So I put them away. I cleaned my desk and put everything away, and now I don't know where any of it is. So you know what? We're going to improvise. All right, so I'm just grabbing some Nuvo drops, and we're going to do those in a second. We want to stamp out our sentiment. So the sentiment comes from the same stamp set. And I think for this one, I'll do Summer Lovin'. And I'm going to use bright orange color. This is called Mango Melody. It's a new color from Stampin' Up, but I wanted it to kind of go with the orangey color. I'm just grabbing scrap paper off the desk here. I think that's too thin. There we go. Oh, that looks great. That's a nice color. All right, so we have that stamped out. And we're going to banner this real quick. I cut the end straight by using my trimmer. That way I know it's straight. And then for this end that we want to banner, we're going to cut up the middle. And then we're going to go from the corner to the tip. So then we have that bannered, and just going to glue that down. You could use pop dots or something if you wanted it to stand out a little more. Just going to put this down here. And then with the Nuvo drops, I have crystal clear Nuvo drops. This is called Morning Dew. I'm going to put that in with her sunglasses. You don't want that too heavy because I've had the Nuvo drops crack. So you don't want it too thick, but you don't want it too thin either because it dries back and it'll kind of warp a little. So you just want to fill it in. Any bubbles that you have, you can use a little pin to pull them out. Just trying to smooth that out, even it out a little bit. And then I have Caribbean Ocean crystal drops. Bling it on, people. I like that name. Pat. Hi, Pat from Arkansas. All I'm doing now is just kind of tapping that to try to even out the Nuvo drops there. And then I always start off with a scrap piece of paper because you don't know how many projects I've ruined by trying to put it on my paper and then you get this blob explosion. So yeah, that's not good. So I'm just going to put a couple drops of the Nuvo gloss on there. And I just put it down, pull it up, and then make this little loopy at the top so that it finishes off at the top and we don't have any weird blobs or tops. And then again, same thing, just kind of tap it straight down on your desk and they will even out. And then I put it in a little place. I have a little, it's actually a card display that I can put that I call it my drying rack. So I know not to touch it. It's off to the other side of the room and the kids know not to touch it and nothing will be put on top of it. So there we go, guys. That's our summer Lovin card. And again, the stamp is from Creative Vision Stamps. I'm going to just trim off this little bit of excess here very carefully. All right. And that's from Creative Vision Stamps. It's called Summer Lovin. It has the 3 stamps. It has the main image, Summer Lovin, and Keep the Cocktails Coming. And the paper was from Michael's. It's called Poolriffic. And the paper that I was going to use, it's not even on here, but it was cute. It was little bikini tops. And then don't forget, if you use code Nancy10 at Creative Vision Stamps, you get 10% off of your order before shipping and tax. So there you go, guys. Oh, $20 or more. I think you have to spend too. There's a minimum. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post them below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you scroll all the way to the top, you can give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. And as always, keep on stamping. Bye, guys.